Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, co-author of Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors Volume 3, Munira Zahabi.
Greetings from Chicagoland. Welcome to another episode of Munira's Musings. I am your host, Munira Zahabi, all the way from Chicago. You want to learn about a veteran who is making it in the world? Then you have a person here who is going to just blow your mind up. She's a musician and she teaches music, among other things. I'm going to let her tell you a lot about her. Thank you, Wendi. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome. And before we dive in, I want to tell you a little bit about me and what Munira's Musings is. So I am your host, Munira Zahabi. I live in Chicago. I'm a mother and a grandmother, a wife and a sister, and all of those little things. But I, most importantly, am the niche navigator. I help coaches and business entrepreneurs find their niche. And having a niche is awesome feeling because you've stopped wasting time as wondering as to what you are doing. And it's like finding an ocean in the middle of a vast sea. You know, that's what I do. I help people figure out their focus, figure out their niche, and then help them along their way to just go out there. It's an awesome feeling. Munira's Music is a show that started a few months ago that has created and gained a lot of momentum because, one, I'm curious about people who are enhancing other people's lives. So I find them, expose them, and promote them in my own way. One such person is Wendi Hatton. So thank you, Wendi, again to be on my show.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
You are welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh gosh, let's see. Where shall I begin?
From the beginning.
As you mentioned, I'm a veteran. I was in the Navy band. I am a musician. I'm a clarinetist. I actually retired 22 years ago. I can't believe it. I just looking on the calendar. So really? So I took the early retirement back when they were offering it in 1996 because I guess they were downsizing and trying to do that. So I took advantage of that. So I'm getting my retirement pay for not going all the way to 20 years. So that's good. So being in the Washington, D.C. area, you definitely need two incomes. So retired pay isn't quite enough for to live. And so my husband was in the Navy band as well. So when I retired, he stayed in. And so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do as far as income to supplement my retirement pay. And so at the time, I thought the most logical thing to do would be to start a studio of clarinet students. So they would come to my house and take lessons and everything. And also, during that same time, one of my friends from college got a job as a band director in Maryland. I'm in Virginia, and their clarinet teacher left, so he asked me if I'd like to come. And that was 20 years ago when I started driving from Virginia to Maryland. It's not that far. And I did that for about 15 years until I discovered coaching. Because all those 15 years, I was thinking, this is fun. This is pretty fun teaching the kids, but there's something else out there that I know that I need to be doing. And when I discovered coaching, that was it. I just knew that was what was supposed to be what I was supposed to do. So I started doing health coaching. So I went through a health coaching course for a year. And as I was doing that, two other health coach friends and I got together and started a blog talk radio show. It's called S.A.L.E.S Radio. So we started interviewing coaches every single week, not only health coaches, but from all different niches. And we did that for 5 years. And every week we would speak to different people. And during that time frame, I was doing my health coaching. I was just thinking, all of these coaches that we're talking to, they're just amazing people with such great expertise of what they do. So that's when I kind of switched my passion over to wanting to help the coaches so that they can get more clients and things. Because that through the years we've been hearing about how they haven't been able to find as many clients as they want. And I did a survey and asked them questions like what is their biggest challenge, and it was an overwhelming answer that was, I don't have enough clients. So I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to help these clients, these coaches get clients, and that's what I've been doing since then. So that all started in 2012. So I guess I've been coaching um, uh, since the health coaching through business coaching for 6 years total. So, and I've been doing the business coaching for about 3 years. So that's where I am right now, and I really enjoy it because they're great people and they've got great expertise, and they have a message they want to share and just help other people. So I consider it a global ripple effect kind of a thing. So I'm helping people who can help other people, and that's really it's really fulfilling to me. So that's where I am now, and I do perform in a local
And so,
in an orchestra as well. So I do still play clarinet and perform clarinet. So I've got my music world and I've got my coaching world.
oh wow, wow. So you are juggling two balls, but you are making it so that they can work as one. Have you ever thought of merging those two avenues, or do you
Actually,
still teach
I
clarinet?
do still teach. Right now, I'm kind of in a transition period right now because there's some aspects of my music business that I don't care about doing anymore, because in the symphony that I play in, I'm also the librarian, and I'm doing that only until but that's going to be the first thing that goes once the coaching builds up and everything. And then so I guess where I still want to perform. That's a passion of mine. So performing and then playing clarinet um, with the coaching on the side, but it needs to be. I'm going to have the coaching as the forefront, and then with the clarinet playing on the side. That's the goal right now. So between now and next year, I can see that happening for sure. So I'm looking forward to not having to do the things that I don't want to do. So that would be good.
And you bring a wonderful point. Yes, I see in your story how you reinvented yourself. So tell me a little bit about your past life in the army. What did you do in the army, in the Navy?
Oh, in the Navy, I actually performed clarinet for dignitaries, and we did concerts in nearby high schools, and we went on tours each year. Um, and it was actually a good job, a good job to have. People would tell me, "Is that the real Navy? Is that really the real Navy?" It doesn't seem like the real Navy, but it actually is. And so what it is, it represents the whole, entire Navy. And so whenever we would go and perform in different little towns, we would represent the people who are out there fighting in wars and things. So they consider us kind of a morale type of a thing. Um, and so that we always had to really look exceptionally well in our uniforms, and we would always have inspections and things like that just to make sure that we represent the Navy well. So that part was kind of difficult to keep yourself um, looking, and the whole physical, the weight and the physical training and all of that whole piece, that was kind of difficult. But I could see why it was important, because that was how we represented the Navy as a whole. So it was an honor being in the Navy band too. So, and I still see some of the people who I worked with, but now the people who are there right now, there might be two or three people left that are still there when I was there. So, and they were brand new when I was there. So it's been a few years, but it's great, some great memories for sure.
But see, you bring a good point, because what I see is that, the training that you got was, to present yourself so well, that you're doing that right now, even that training hasn't left you,
Oh,
right?
that's true. So that does carry through.
So
Sure.
yeah, and I see the way you're sitting. I know you're in your car, but the way you're sitting, the way you present yourself, all of those things have come from there. So again, when we walk through the walk of reinventing ourselves, what you've learned, and then apply the positives again into your life now. So that becomes who you are. I love your niche, because music is supposed to release endorphins that make people happy. I
Oh,
love that part, because just listening, I have heard a clarinet being played alone, but I know I've seen it in an orchestra. So one day maybe I'll take a into your town. Hey, play for me so I can listen to this. I think
oh,
it's wonderful,
oh
you
yeah,
know.
sure. I'd love to. Yeah,
And
I
it's
like. Oh, go ahead. Oh,
no,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. You'd
Oh,
like to?
what I was going to say is that my music inspires people, and my coaching transcends people, that kind of thing. So there's kind of that whole,
So very good.
yeah, they're related in that way, because there's the listening to music, and then listening to someone speaking to you is really deep listening. I think it really does brings that talent that I have with the music over to the coaching as well. So.
And I love it. I love the way you speak. You're merging two loves in your life, and you're trying to figure out, you want this one to be the forefront, but that you don't go this because you're doing it, and it's kind of a second habit, and I like that very much. I know that schools are now trying to cut the music program, and they don't want to teach it anymore. It's been a
Right.
fight at the schools district. So, for those people to learn here, Wendy is here. She can teach you in the Virginia and Maryland area. So you kind of went into that, you saw people who you were interviewing coaches, you saw their biggest challenge was having people that would pay. It's still the today, it hasn't changed. Do you
Mhm.
still have your radio show, one? And two, can you share a few tips or tricks that you share with your clients that allow them to get more clients?
Okay, so let's see. The first question, the radio show is on a hiatus right now. The plan for it now is to come back, but it actually is going to come back as a training platform for coaches who would like to learn how to share their message, and just have an authority position in the online space, and so that they can, it's kind of a training on how to interview or be interviewed, and then how to work that whole system, the blog talk radio, because that's what we learned how to do ourselves. And I'm sure that there are many newer coaches who haven't had a chance to learn how to, like what you're doing. It's amazing things. It's so, the visibility is great. So that's the plan for Sky's the Limit Radio. As soon as we get everything situated with what I'm doing right now, which I guess I can share about that in a little soon. And the other one about how I'm helping clients, or helping the clients get clients, right? Um,
Yes.
I guess that's one of the things is, I'm getting ready to launch a membership site, and it's called Life Coach Prosperity, and it's in a beta mode right at this moment, and in the new year it's gonna launch. Because so right now I'm getting people to just look at some of the trainings and the videos to give me feedback, to make sure that they're understanding everything and helping them get some results. So, but one of the main things is to help them with their mindset around selling. So many coaches are resistant and feel kind of icky when it's time to go through the sales conversation, especially, ask for the money, so to say. So, So that's one of the things I help them try to shift their mindset around selling. I've even created a couple of acronyms that can help them with doing that. And one of them is for sales, and the other one is for selling. And so the acronym for sales is serve and listen every step. And that is exactly what coaches do with their clients. They serve and listen every step. So that's the acronym for sales. Acronym for selling is support, empower, love, lead, inspire, nurture, and grow. Or it can either be grow or it could be gratify too. So those two words. So I have them to sort of think of those two acronyms like early in the morning when they're waking up and their subconscious mind is open and open for information. So you say those words: serve and listen every step, support, empower, love, lead, empower, nurture, and grow. So once they have that in their head, then they're about ready to go talk to someone, have a sales conversation or an enrollment conversation. They can think of those things in their head, and it just immediately helps the resistance go down a bit, so that they're not feeling icky or sleazy because they know they're helping. Um, because sales is about helping, not about being sleazy, kind of a thing. So
No,
that's
that's so nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of the message that I'm trying to spread to the coaching community, that you don't really have to be salesy when you're talking to someone about um, the possibility of purchasing your programs or services, because you know that it's helping them, and you know that it is going to help them get results, whatever it is that they're doing. So, so yeah, that's kind of the overview of my membership, and it goes through different stages. It's got 6 stages. The first one is gaining clarity, making sure that they are exactly clear, like what you do. Making sure the niche is narrowed down enough so that they can be like special. They have a specialty, and then some of them aren't confident, so there's a little module about gaining confidence. Another one about money blocks. So there's a lot of times people are just thinking that like a lot of money is bad or evil or something. So that module helps them to realize, if you have the more money that you have, the more you can contribute, the more you can help other people. So you just kind of switch that mindset. And then it goes through different stages all the way up to celebrated go-to expert. So that's the kind of overview of the membership. And right now it's at the beta mode right now. So I'm kind of excited because this has been kind of a few months of getting this all put together. So I'll be excited to get it launched in January.
No, that's awesome. Because I'm glad that you're doing the beta testing and just starting it, because your acronym awesome, sales and selling makes a lot of sense. But
Yes.
again, it's the mindset, right? It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't tell yourself all the time that it's not, if you flick that switch, it's here. I think the 6 inches between your ears, that's what they say. I know the
Correct.
other people say it too, so I've taken that. But I've noticed that everything you do is all about mindset, and I appreciate you sharing, because it is going to be huge and it's going to be really great. I
Oh,
applaud you for that.
oh, thank you. Thanks very
And
much.
I am looking forward to hearing, because I want to see the success and how you are doing it. And so that's also great. Um,
Okay.
how do people find you?
How do people find me? Let's see. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. On email, Wendi at wendihatton.com. That would be WENDI at Wendi Hatton, HATTON.com. So you can look for me there, and then you can also Google me too. If you just Google my name, you see the LinkedIn, you'll see the other, like my website is wendihatton.com. So it's pretty easy to contact me. I guess on the website, there's a place where you can send a little message. LinkedIn, you can send a message. You can email me. You can even call me too. Well, if you want to call me, just kind of message me. I don't know if I want to give my phone phone number out to the entire Facebook, but
That's fine. No, people, I'm sure with those people who want to find you will either connect, you can either connect with me and then I can share that message to Wendi and, we can make a connection there. Or
okay.
you can go to www.wendyhatton.com. She's also on Facebook. So if you find me, then you can find her because she is my friend.
Yes.
Facebook, there's a lot of ways you can find her right now. But I appreciate you. I know you're in the car. I know it's raining. It snowed here a little bit. So we have powdered sugar on the ground.
Yeah. 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 I appreciate that. It was quiet, so I figured it's quiet enough to do a little interview here.
I appreciate you because I know you have places to go, people to see, and it's Friday today, so I know you are under a crunch because now then, and by the time turns into about 3 o'clock, you all want to relax. I wish, and I thank you again. I'm honored and humbled to have you on my show.
Oh,
It took
thank
a little
you.
bit of doing, but we did it. We had to
Yeah,
cancel a few times.
yeah, we did it. Yes.
But yes. So for those of you watching, please connect with Wendi if you're interested in her sales and selling program. The other thing is please share, like, and subscribe this video because you know what? We women are changing over the world, and if you need a coach who can help you see a new perspective, then Wendi it is, because she is going to help you get more clients. She's
Yay.
also a music coach, so don't worry about that. She creates a lot of good music, and she inspires people through that. So again, thank you so much, and
Thank you.
over
Thank you
now.
very much. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook group called Navigate to Your Niche.